There we go, guys. Boy, what a mess. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Well, if you watched the video from yesterday, you know, well, we had a few problems with this this buggy motor. A good thing is, one of the problems we had was that the main seal was leaking, and well, we fixed that leak. But unfortunately, in our test drive, we created another leak. So, yeah, I don't know why that connecting rod broke, but I'm gonna get busy right now and tear this motor apart and see what happened. So I'm gonna get some work done. I'll bring you guys back in a little bit, and we'll find out together just what in the world happened here. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, hey guys, I got this torn down a little bit here. One thing I noticed is, and I noticed this yesterday when I had the flywheel off. See these shavings around here? And it's been working on that. Now, ooh, that probably got torn up when I had trouble getting that flywheel off for some reason. But there's some shims back there to shim that on out, and I put an extra one in there yesterday. It's still hitting and grinding. So I suspect the thrush bearing in there is totally wasted, and that could have been the problem there. A good indication of what happened inside a motor is, you have to get a wrench on that, but I want to pull that drain plug out, and let's see. See what comes up. See what's in the oil there. I don't know if there's going to be any parts of anything coming out of there or not. That's nothing. I didn't have that little screen in there when I put the oil in. Well, I don't see any chunks of anything coming out, but this is definitely a problem here. It's supposed to have minimal backlash, and it had quite a bit. That's why I put that additional shim in there. And we can see here how the holes there are elongated. So when you have a powerful VW motor, you have this drilled, you have 8 dowels going in there. This being just 4, it kind of messed up. So this crank is definitely garbage. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna lift this thing up onto the table and start pulling it apart. Let's see just what happened inside that motor. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, guys, I got the heads off, and good thing is there is no damage to the heads. It's running a little rich. But this is the cylinder with the broken piston. And as you can see there, it took a little chunk out of there. So let's finish taking this cylinder off and seeing what we can see after it's out of there. So yeah, nice little chunk out of that. It did hit that side just a little bit. But other than that, I mean, there's no damage there. And no damage to the head. if I can. Boy, I have a feeling this this rod is an L because it is definitely not wanting to come out of there. See if I can't. I kind of did a jerry rig here. Let me see if I can't turn this motor a little bit and get that out of there. It is definitely locked up there. Aha! There we go, guys. Boy, what a mess. That broke like so cleanly right there. And then it just got bent to hell once it was in there. Obviously that crank was taking some chunks out of there. So yeah, look at that, piston's broken right there. All right. There's something jammed right there. Let me get the well, I'm gonna finish breaking this thing down and seeing what's going on inside there. I'm gonna get these cylinders off, split these cases, and we'll take a look at it once that's all done. Pretty interesting what's going on inside there. I'll be back. Well, all right, guys, I got it all apart here and found some interesting stuff. That's what that rod looks like. I don't think there's any bearing left in that. This main bearing here, definitely worn out.
Those are gone already.
Yeah, these are gone. Yeah, that one there. Well, that one's stuck on the crank there. That's where this one goes. But you can see it definitely caught and put a little pressure on where the dowel pins go there. And what does the other side look like? Cam bearings gone. I mean, I have a feeling what I should have done when I rebuilt the top end was rebuild the bottom end too. Now the cam itself doesn't seem to be in too bad a shape. Lobes are good and smooth on the top, so the lifters are running fine on it. No burning where the bearings go, so I'll go ahead and reuse that cam, except this gear. You can see there, we got some stuff through the oil pump, put a little pressure on that there. So,
let's talk about this piston and rod.
Well, yeah, this thing definitely went for a ride. That crank, it got lodged to the side and that crank just kept spinning right there. Beat the heck out of that right there. and how it just sheared.
Twisted too.
It's twisted. How it just sheared from the top there. I mean, it just broke right out of there. This is actually still stuck on there. I'm gonna have to try to run them nuts off of there and see if I can't get that off. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a little time. I'm gonna take these rods off, see what these bearings look like. And they seem tight, but that one definitely ended up starved. It's weird. The center main bearing there for the crank, and this is pretty much the center rod. But then that journal there is not bad, so kind of strange. But yeah, I'm going to continue to take things apart. We'll see what it looks like. Well, guys, let's take a look at it. The heads, they didn't get damaged at all, so they're in good shape. Push rods, they weren't bent at all, so the valve train didn't get in any trouble at all. The rods, 3 of the rods seem to still be straight. This one here, yeah, that's a mess. And you can tell the tops of the bearings, that's where the beating takes place, because of course the piston's driving it down. The tops are all the way into the copper. The bottoms are showing some wear there. The crank, we're into the copper here also. These bearings here, they're scored and a mess. So, and these holes on the backside there are wallowed out, so that's undergone some pressure there. We had some debris go through the oil pump, which you can tell kind of seized up the oil pump, put a little pressure there on the drive at the end of the cam. So basically I'm going to let me get to the cylinders. That one there, I don't know if that's reusable or not. This one got a little beat up on the bottom. I think I could probably reuse the cylinders, but this piston obviously is garbage. And this piston here, something went up through the stroke there and scored that, but there is not a matching score in the cylinders there. So anyways, I'm gonna go through everything. Obviously we need new cases, new rods, a couple of new pistons. Heads are fine. And well, guys, lesson learned. If you're gonna put a motor together and make the top end good and strong, well, you're gonna want to replace bearings in the bottom. I wish I would have dug into this, because frankly, if I would have put new bearings in, I wouldn't be looking at this. So anyways, guys, we'll get another motor back together, put it in this buggy, and have the buggy running again. So thanks a lot for coming along, and like and subscribe to the channel, of course, and we'll see you as work progresses. Have a good day.